This is the Lockpicking Lawyer, and what I have for you today is one of the better motorcycle disc brake locks currently on the market, and it also doubles as a chain lock. It's the Abus Granit 68 Victory X Plus Roll-Up. That's quite a mouthful, and I'll take you through what some of those words indicate. X Plus is the name of Abus's most advanced disc detainer core. I believe it has 8 discs, all with false gates and a disc locking system that prevents any of those discs from rotating until you trip that disc locker. The roll-up part of the name refers to the spring-loaded plastic spool attached to the back of the lock, and of course we have this loop on the end. Once you secure the lock around the disc brake rotor, you put the yellow loop around the handlebar. That's a reminder not to drive off and prevents the owner from damaging the bike. Now, let's back up a bit and discuss how you would attach this lock. First, of course, you need to unlock it, and once you do that, the two halves split apart. You can then insert this half through the rotor anywhere that's big enough to accept that 14mm shackle, and then relock the two halves together. That, of course, prevents the wheel from turning and stops most forms of rollaway theft. Now, as I mentioned before, this can be used to secure a chain if that chain has a noose link or pass-through links. In fact, I believe Abus sells a version of this with a chain, and when used in that way, it provides security comparable to locks double its weight. It's really quite impressive in that regard. So, what we're going to do today is see what it takes to pick open the X Plus core. Now, the first challenge is the fact that these two halves rotate separately, as does the housing for the core, and that can make tensioning very tricky. But it is also very easy to remedy. All I need is a little piece of tape. And I'm going to tape the core housing to this half of the lock. That stops it from rotating. So now that we've done that, let's get to picking. The first thing we'll need to do is rotate all of those discs as far clockwise as they will go, but they will not turn because of the disc locking system. So I'm going to reach all the way to the back and jiggle my turning tool to trip the locking lugs. I've done that. I've rotated those discs as far as they'll go. We are now ready to insert the pick. And of course, I am going to use the pick that Bosnian Bill and I made. Okay, I've picked up disc number 1. Let's go to number 2 and get to picking. Okay, little click out of 2. 3 is loose. 4 is loose. 5 is loose. 6 is loose. 7, nice little click there. It's definitely in a gate. And 8's in a gate. Back to the beginning. 2 is binding. Little click there. 2's definitely in a gate now. 3 is binding. 3 is now in a gate. 4 might already be in a gate. That could be a 0 cut. Same with 5. Same with 6. Okay, 7 is binding very tightly. Okay, that feels like it's in the true gate. No rubbing at all. And number 8 feels like it's in a gate. Okay, back to the beginning. Number 2, binding again. Still rubbing a little bit. Let me turn it once more. There we go. I think that's probably the true gate. Moving on to number 3, binding very tightly. 3 might be set. I'll leave that alone for now. 4 is definitely binding. Got a click there, and we got this open. So this is a lock that may not look very different from other disc detainer designs, but when it comes to picking, it does require a fair bit of skill, and I very much doubt that this would be picked on the street. In any case, that's all I have for you today. If you do have any questions or comments about this, please put them below. If you liked this video and would like to see more like it, please subscribe, and as always, have a nice day. Thank you.